I will have Dr. Sheffield stay in place and bring up our Director of Exceptional Student Education, Kevin McCormick, to go over policy 5.72, Department of Exception of the Student Education.
So good afternoon again, board members and Dr. Fenoy. Today's workshop is to provide an overview of the updates and changes that have occurred within policy 5.725. These noted changes will place us in compliance with the state required updates to data, addresses the district's best practices for inclusive education, self-assessment, as well as a new section we're going to be addressing district procedures during a declared state of emergency to ESE policies and procedures. So at this time, our ESE director, Kevin McCormick, is going to review these updated changes with us.
Thank you, Dr. Sheffield. Good evening, everyone. As Dr. Sheffield said, we are here tonight to update the existing ESE policy 5.725. The updates include district procedures during declared state of emergency, data updates in the area of restraint and participation of underrepresented students in our gifted programs, as well as including our triennial district BPI, which is Best Practices for Inclusive Education, self-assessment, which was completed by our district earlier this school year. So this is a lot of language on this slide, so let me help sum it up for you. Our instructional continuity plan leverages distance learning for continuous instruction by providing devices and connectivity if needed. Also, our ESE service providers connect with parents to complete a distance learning plan, which defines supplemental supports and services for students while they're in distance learning. Updates to policy for restraint was the most significant amount of information updated around the total number of restraints from school year 18-19 to 19-20. We did experience a decrease, partly because of the obvious pandemic that came in March, but also we were also trending down based on the higher level of supports and services in for students who have been struggling behaviorally, mostly in our EBD and programs for our students with autism. This last slide here talks about the best practices for inclusive education. Every 3 years as a district, we're required to go through this self-assessment where district and school-based stakeholders as well as community stakeholders come together to go through a series of questions to be able to rate ourselves in areas of how we're going to improve inclusive practices for students with disabilities here in Palm Beach County. Questions?
Any questions?
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you. All right, board members, we need a motion to adjourn the workshop. Motion by Mrs. Whitfield, seconded by Mrs. Andrews. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. The board clerk has asked for a 5-minute break so she can take care of some clerical things. So we'll break for 5 minutes.